Fen Xiao was never meant for the throne. He was a prince of ink and silk, not steel and statecraft. While his father's ministers argued about borders and taxes behind heavy lacquered doors, Fen Xiao would be found by the tall windows of his study. His pale sleeves, embroidered with the subtlest of patterns, would be rolled back, his slender fingers stained with ink. He was a painter, and his art was his truth. He painted cranes standing alone in mist, their solitude mirroring his own. He painted bamboo, bending beneath the fury of a storm but never breaking, a quiet testament to resilience. He often painted a lone phoenix, its magnificent wings half folded, its gaze fixed on an unseen horizon, full of longing. His robes were always soft, layers of white pearl and muted jade, designed for comfort and movement, not for courtly display. His long black hair was rarely constrained, usually half-gathered with a simple jade clasp, flowing freely as he worked. The palace staff called him gentle. The court ministers whispered that he was weak. Fen Xiao paid them no mind. Politics bored him, and the weight of power was a thing he actively feared. All he ever wanted was quiet, and the honest truth he found in his art. And then Lu Yan arrived. Lu Yan was a living contradiction to Fen Xiao's world of silent grace. The sound of his heavy leather boots echoed on the polished marble floors. His armor, black iron edged in a deep, menacing crimson, seemed to drink the light from the room. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and carried an aura of unmistakable danger. His very presence changed the air, making it feel charged and heavy. He knelt before Fen Xiao. A single, precise movement, his fist held tight against his chest, his eyes respectfully lowered. "Captain Lu Yan," he announced, his voice a low, steady rumble, "I will protect your highness with my life." Fen Xiao, for his part, did not look away. He studied the man before him openly. With the same intensity he gave his art, the guard's face was all sharp angles and disciplined lines, handsome in a severe, restrained way. There was no softness, no excess fat, just a man who looked like he had been carved from stone by duty itself. And as Fen Xiao looked at him, he felt a strange, unfamiliar pull, like the dangerous warmth you feel when standing too close to a blazing fire. At first, their days fell into a silent routine. Fen Xiao painted, and Lu Yan stood guard, as still and unmoving as a statue. But silence can be observant. Slowly, without meaning to, Lu Yan started to notice the small things. The way Fen Xiao would hum a soft, absent-minded tune when a painting was going well. The way he would bite his lower lip in frustration when a single brush stroke went wrong. And he noticed Fen Xiao's laughter. It was a rare, precious sound, and guarded and clear like bells, usually prompted when a young servant would make a mistake and apologize far too much. Fen Xiao would just smile and wave it away, putting them at ease. Lu Yan had sworn loyalty to emperors and princes his entire life. He had pledged his life countless times, but this feeling was different. He had protected titles, crowns, and symbols of power. He had never felt this profound urge to protect the man himself. Sometimes, during the long, quiet evenings, Lu Yan would find himself standing just outside the study doors, listening. He couldn't see the prince, but he could hear the mournful, lonely notes of the guqin. Lu Yan didn't understand music, its scales and melodies were a foreign language to him. But he understood loneliness. He recognized its sound because he had lived with its silence for years. One night, the music stopped abruptly. Fen Xiao glanced up from his half-finished painting, his eyes finding Lu Yan's silhouette in the doorway. His voice was soft, barely a whisper in the quiet room. "You're allowed to breathe, you know." Lu Yan stiffened, caught off guard. "Your Highness, you always hold yourself so tight," Fen Xiao continued, setting his brush down. "Like you're bracing for a blade that's already falling." For a fleeting moment, something unreadable flickered across Lu Yan's disciplined features, a flash of vulnerability. Maybe surprise, or something deeper. He said nothing, but in that shared silence, a connection was forged. That was the night Lu Yan understood with absolute certainty that he would die for this man. And it would not be because it was his duty. It would be because it was his choice. But while this fragile understanding bloomed within the palace walls, a different kind of preparation was underway in the city's shadows. Unseen forces were plotting, knives were being sharpened, poisons brewed, assassins waited for their signal, their targets set. Inside his chambers, Prince Fen Xiao sleeps peacefully. Dreaming perhaps of cranes and bamboo, he is completely unaware that when the sun rises, the dawn will not bring another day of quiet painting, it will bring chaos, fire, and a trial that will change everything. Thank you so much for listening to the beginning of this story. If you are as captivated as I am and want to find out what happens when Fen Xiao's peaceful world shatters, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll be continuing this journey very soon. See you in the next video.